Time capsule from 1968 to be opened this year. A time capsule from the year 1968 will be opened in September of this year, 50 years after it was placed inside the Helium Time monument in Texas. The Helium Time monument is a 6-story stainless steel structure which was made to commemorate the 100th anniversary of discovering helium. The Atlas Obscura reports the monument holds 4 time capsule columns that are slanted and have books, artifacts, and documents aimed at informing future generations about life in 1968. Helium is pumped into each column and is used to protect fragile documents and other items from deteriorating. Each of the capsules would be opened at different time periods. The first one was opened after 25 years in 1993, and the rest will be opened after 50, 100, and 1,000 years. The monument was reportedly created to remind future generations of the importance for efficiently utilizing natural resources. More stories related to helium.
Man flies lawn chair with balloons over Canada, gets arrested. When 26-year-old Daniel Berea decided to do a publicity stunt to promote his company, he took marketing to new heights. And we do mean that literally. In a bid to generate a buzz for his waterless washing system, All Clean Natural, Berea attached helium balloons to a lawn chair and took off on Sunday. There were reportedly 110 helium balloons attached to a $20 lawn chair. He originally intended to land in the Calgary Stampede, a rodeo show. However, he was knocked off course by unanticipated weather changes. Berea explained that he saw a 747 taking off below him at one point, and that winds got stronger as he rose higher. Some of his balloons eventually started popping, and Berea says he somersaulted out of his chair and opened his parachute. As he landed, Berea sustained a minor injury to his ankle. He was later detained by police. Twitter user Dan Dalgetty tweeted that it's still better than United, while Katie2105 shared this photo, referencing the hit Pixar movie, Up. The chair and some other balloons were later picked up by Berea's team. Berea was charged with 1 count of mischief, causing danger to life.
Man who flew balloon chair over Calgary fined for stunt. Buckled in by a dream and tied to 120 helium balloons, then 26-year-old Daniel Berea dared to ask the age-old question, how high can one man fly? Well, turns out about 14,000 feet in that contraption. On July 5th of 2015, Berea hopped into his green lawn chair and let the rainbow-colored industrial-sized balloons carry him up, and away. It looked like something out of a movie, and in this case, it actually was. Berea's idea was inspired by Disney and Pixar's animated film, Up. Berea flew so high he claims to have seen a Boeing 747 pass underneath him. A frightening thought, considering air traffic control found out about the stunt the same way everyone else on the ground did. Yikes! Berea originally had plans of parachuting into the Calgary Stampede chuck wagon races, but admits he wasn't strapped into his personal flying machine very securely. So, when the untamable wind started blowing him off course, Berea decided to bail out early, just to be safe. He expected a soft landing, but awaiting him on the ground were the flashing blue and red lights of authorities waiting to arrest him. On March 17th, at his sentencing hearing, a judge called Berea's stunt unconscionably stupid and handed out a $5,000 fine with an extra $1,500 tacked on for a victim impact fee. He's also been ordered to donate $20,000 to a local veterans food bank. Considering the stunt ran him about $10,000 to execute and was partially a marketing gimmick to promote his cleaning company, it may have actually paid off, and at the very least, left him with the thrill ride of a lifetime. What's next for the balloonatic? Believe it or not, his eyes are staring even higher in the sky, with a mission plan to take his lawn chair to space, roughly 140,000 feet up. Talk about tasting rare air. This guy's nuts.
Scientists find gas leaking from Earth's mantle in California. A team led by a scientist from the University of California, Santa Barbara, have discovered helium is leaking from an ancient Californian fault line that suggests it is much deeper than previously thought. The helium leak was discovered along a stretch of the Newport-Inglewood Fault that runs from LA's west side to Newport Beach in Orange County. Samples of casing gases taken from 24 oil wells along the fault line showed high levels of helium-3, a gas whose only terrestrial source is the Earth's mantle. The metamorphic rock blue schist was also found at the bottom of nearby wells, indicating that the Newport-Inglewood Fault was a subduction zone around 30 million years ago, before the intersection jumped 40 miles east to the San Andreas Fault. The study's lead geologist Jim Boles said that the results of the study indicate that the Newport-Inglewood Fault is much deeper and more important than previously thought, although as of now they are not sure why.
Look, internet balloons. Google's sister company Loon has announced it will soon deploy balloons to bring internet access to remote parts of Kenya. The BBC reports Loon's internet balloons are the size of a tennis court and are made of polyethylene. It's also filled with helium and uses a solar panel for power. The balloons will fly in the stratosphere around 20 kilometers above sea level. Loon has designed the balloons to stay in the air for months. Wired reports the company has programmed the balloons to move by wind channels. Its software would predict the speed and direction, then maneuver itself to go where it needs to go. The internet balloons also have antennas, which receives wireless internet signals from a local telecom partner and relays the signal it receives to the other balloons in the region. According to a Reuters report, the balloons will provide 4G coverage to areas where internet connection is limited.
Red IT balloons are popping up on Pennsylvania sewers. Pennsylvania police decided to clown around with the people of Lidditz after they warned of red IT balloons on sewer grates around town ahead of the release of the new movie. The Lidditz Police Department posted photos on Facebook of red balloons tied to 2 sewer grates, along with a clownish caption on Tuesday. If you're not sure why red balloons are scary, Google it. Oh, sorry, we actually mean Google it. So in Stephen King's novel It, Pennywise, the scary-ass clown, happens to be a big fan of red balloons. In their post, the cops gave the prankster or pranksters an A for effort, but said they removed the balloons because it ain't funny. But we think it's pretty funny. Plus, police proposed people pursue post-haste Pennywise previews. They also advised the public to watch it with someone with the lights on and sound low. The movie is set to juggle its way around the world starting this week, and it looks really effing scary.
Puerto Rico is back online. Giant balloons are now delivering mobile access to hurricane-ravaged Puerto Rico, thanks to a team-up between Google's parent company Alphabet and AT&T. More than 68% of cell sites in Puerto Rico are still out of service. To help restore communications, Project Loon has deployed giant balloons, which use the AT&T network to provide emergency internet service on the island. The service is limited to those with LTE-enabled phones and supports text messaging, email, and basic web browsing. The balloons float 20 kilometers up in the stratosphere, providing service to a roughly 5,000 square kilometer area. Solar panels power daytime operations, while also charging a battery for nighttime use. Though still an experimental technology, Project Loon proved effective in early 2017 when it provided basic connectivity to flood-affected areas in Peru.